Baragwanath Hospital. The ventilators have been donated by the United States government. The hospital has actively received cases since the COVID-19 pandemic. For more on the story, let's cross live now to my colleague Chriselder Lewis, who's out in Baragwanath. Chriselder, a very good morning to you. What can you tell us about what's happening where you are?
Well, Desiree, we're expecting in just about the next few moments this event to get underway. All the dignitaries that you have just mentioned have already arrived, and indeed it will be that a demonstration by clinicians on these ventilators. Ventilators, of course, that were donated by the United States of America. The ambassador is also here this morning. So you would know, of course, that Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital is one of the hospitals that has been taking in COVID-19 patients. So this will certainly assist in the fight against the coronavirus. And in fact, those who have already contracted the virus would obviously be able to get the necessary care. So we know that there's been donations made by a number of countries to South Africa to assist in the fight against this global pandemic. And that's exactly what is going to take place here today. You'd recall a couple of weeks ago, Ambassador Marks had announced that the United States was making this contribution to assist South Africa. So we will get as well a walkthrough of exactly where those ventilators are, and we will have a discussion with the Minister and the other dignitaries about to what extent, of course, this will be able to assist in this fight. One of the other critical issues, Desiree, we're live at the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital this morning, but there are quite a number of issues that also need to be addressed. One of the pertinent questions also, you would have heard over the past couple of days or so that those in charge of this particular hospital have raised concerns about the doubling numbers of patients in the trauma unit. And you would know that the sale of alcohol is what came into effect once South Africa had reached level 3. And we've already heard now from hospitals such as this that the numbers in terms of patients at the trauma unit in accidents related to alcohol have almost doubled. We'll get an update on that. We'll also ask the Health Minister about what his concerns are pertaining to exactly that. Part of what we also asked the U.S. ambassador, you recall, of course, in the wake of protests in the United States that have also spread to other countries in solidarity. Here in South Africa, there have also been protests outside the U.S. Embassy in Pretoria. And, of course, this is all in protest against the killing at the hands of police by George Floyd. So we've seen those protests also take place outside the U.S. Embassy in Pretoria. The ambassador is here. What does she think about that? I do understand there's also another protest that is expected to take place at the U.S. Embassy today. So those are just amongst the questions that we will ask some of the dignitaries here, in addition to the donation that is being made by the United States, and of course the viewing that we'll get here in just a couple of moments.
And we'll come through there as soon as proceedings begin. Chriselder Lewis, thank you so much for that update. The Health Ministry says another 60 people have died from COVID-19, bringing the